Caring for racing pigeons during molting season. Molting is one of the most critical periods in the life of a racing pigeon. For pigeon fanciers and racers alike, understanding how to properly manage their birds during this time is essential for maintaining the health and performance of their feathered athletes. In this comprehensive guide, we'll dive deep into everything you need to know about helping your racing pigeons during molting, from understanding the science behind it to offering the best care and nutrition. Understanding the molting process in racing pigeons. Molting is a natural process in which pigeons shed their old, worn-out feathers and replace them with new ones. This process occurs once a year, typically beginning in late summer and extending into early autumn. During molting, pigeons are in a vulnerable state, and the process can last anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months, depending on the bird's age, health, and environmental factors. The science behind molting. Feathers are vital for a pigeon's flight performance, insulation, and protection. The shedding and regrowth of feathers is primarily controlled by changes in hormone levels, triggered by seasonal shifts in daylight. As daylight hours decrease, the pigeon's body signals the start of the molting process, and feathers begin to drop in a sequential order, ensuring that the bird is not left flightless at any point. Signs that your racing pigeon is molting. Knowing when your pigeon is molting is crucial for adjusting its care. Some common signs include visible feather loss. You'll notice feathers, particularly from the wings and tail, scattered around the loft. Duller plumage. New feathers often appear less vibrant and more muted as they grow. Decreased activity. Pigeons undergoing molting may be less active, avoiding long flights and appearing more lethargic. The impact of molting on racing performance. Molting significantly impacts a pigeon's ability to race. As their bodies focus on growing new feathers, their energy and nutritional needs increase. Racing or even heavy training during this period can be detrimental. New feathers are soft and delicate, requiring time to harden. Attempting to race pigeons during the molt can lead to damaged feathers, which directly affects their aerodynamic efficiency. Providing the right nutrition during molting. Nutrition plays a key role in how well a pigeon can molt and grow strong. Healthy feathers. Protein is especially important, as feathers are composed primarily of keratin, a protein-based compound. Ensure your pigeons are getting sufficient protein through high-quality seeds, legumes, and grains. In addition to protein, vitamins like B complex, D, and E, along with minerals such as calcium and zinc, support overall feather health. Including oily seeds like sunflower seeds can provide essential fatty acids that enhance feather sheen. The role of supplements during molting. Supplements can give your pigeons an extra boost during molting. Products like brewer's yeast, cod liver oil, and grit provide essential nutrients that support feather growth. Grit and calcium are particularly important for the development of strong feather shafts. Additionally, ensuring your pigeons have access to clean, fresh water at all times is essential for hydration and overall health. Proper housing and environmental conditions. The environment where your pigeons live has a significant impact on their molting. Stress, extreme temperatures, or poor hygiene can hinder the process. Keep the loft well ventilated but free from drafts. During the molting season, it's important to keep the loft as clean as possible, regularly removing feathers and droppings to prevent bacterial growth and reduce the risk of infections. Grooming and handling during molting. While pigeons naturally groom themselves, a little help can go a long way. Providing opportunities for them to bathe helps keep their skin healthy and promotes the smooth growth of feathers. Handle your pigeons gently during this time, as pulling or stressing new feathers can lead to damage. It's also best to minimize stressful activities and disruptions in their routine. Common molting problems and how to address them. Despite your best efforts, some pigeons may experience difficulties during molting. One common issue is incomplete molting, where the bird struggles to shed all its feathers. This could be due to nutritional deficiencies or stress. If you notice poor feather quality, consider adjusting their diet or adding specific supplements that boost feather health. Skin irritations, caused by mites or other parasites, can also occur. Regularly inspecting your pigeons and treating any infestations promptly is essential for avoiding discomfort and ensuring a smooth molt. Molting and breeding. What you need to know. Breeding and molting overlap in many cases, but it's advisable not to breed pigeons during this period. The stress of raising chicks can delay the molting process or result in poor feather growth. If you plan your breeding season carefully, allowing your pigeons time to complete their molt, you'll have healthier birds better prepared for both breeding and racing in the following season. When to start preparing for the next racing season. As molting ends, the focus shifts back to conditioning and training your birds for the next racing season. Gradually reintroduce exercise and short training flights. It's important not to rush the process. New feathers need time to fully harden before being subjected to intense training. Begin with light exercises and slowly increase the distance and intensity as your pigeons regain their strength and stamina. The role of light in controlling molting cycles. Some pigeon fanciers experiment with controlling light exposure to either delay or accelerate the molting process. By adjusting artificial lighting in the loft, you can influence the onset of molting. However, this should be done carefully, as improper light control can disrupt a pigeon's natural rhythms and lead to incomplete molting. The emotional and psychological impact on pigeons. Molting can be a stressful time for pigeons. Providing them with a calm, stable environment helps reduce this stress. Engaging with your pigeons through gentle interactions and maintaining a consistent routine can keep them content. Although they may be less active, this period can be an opportunity to strengthen the bond between you and your birds. Conclusion. Caring for racing pigeons during molting requires patience, understanding, and the right approach. By providing balanced nutrition, a stress-free environment, and proper grooming, you can ensure your pigeons grow healthy, strong feathers that set the stage for a successful racing season ahead. Remember, the better you manage their molt, the better they'll perform when it's time to take to the skies again. FAQs? How long does molting usually last for racing pigeons? Molting typically lasts between 6 weeks to 3 months, depending on factors like age, health, and environmental conditions. Can you race pigeons during the molting season? No, racing during molting is not advisable. Pigeons need this time to focus on growing new feathers, which are crucial for their flight performance. How do I know if my pigeon is having a difficult molt? Signs include incomplete feather loss, poor feather quality, and signs of stress or lethargy. Adjusting their diet and environment can often help. What should I feed my pigeon during molting? A diet rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals is essential. Include high-quality seeds, grains, and supplements to support feather growth. Can I give my pigeons supplements during molting? Yes, supplements like brewer's yeast, calcium, and grit can be highly beneficial for promoting healthy feather development during molting. Caring for racing pigeons during molting season. Molting is a crucial phase in the life of racing pigeons. During this period, pigeons shed their old feathers to grow new ones, a process essential for maintaining their speed, agility, and overall health. Understanding and managing molting is key to ensuring that your pigeons remain in peak condition, ready to compete once the season resumes. Understanding molting and racing pigeons. What is molting? Molting is the natural process by which birds shed and replace their feathers. For racing pigeons, this process is not just about aesthetics, it's a vital part of their overall health and performance. The science behind molting. Molting occurs because feathers, like any other tissue, wear out over time. Pigeons usually undergo a partial molt in the spring and a complete molt in the late summer or early autumn. This cycle is driven by hormonal changes influenced by daylight and temperature. Why do racing pigeons molt? The primary reason for molting is to replace old, worn-out feathers with new, stronger ones. Feathers are essential for flight, insulation, and protection. For racing pigeons, high-quality feathers are crucial for their aerodynamic performance during races. Molting cycle in racing pigeons. Timeline of molting. Molting in pigeons typically starts in late summer and can last up to 12 weeks. During this time, pigeons will lose and regrow nearly all their feathers, beginning with the primary flight feathers, followed by secondary feathers, and finally, the body feathers. Key signs your pigeon is molting. Some signs that indicate your pigeon is molting include increased feather loss, a scruffier appearance, reduced activity levels, and less enthusiasm for flying. You may also notice new pin feathers, small, sharp quills, emerging on the bird's body. Impact of molting on racing pigeons. Physical changes during molting? Molting is energy-intensive. Pigeons might appear more lethargic, eat more, and be less willing to exercise. Their bodies are focused on feather regeneration, which requires a significant amount of nutrients and energy. Performance implications for racing. During molting, pigeons are not at their best for racing. Their flight capabilities are compromised due to the loss and regrowth of feathers, making them less competitive. It's crucial to avoid racing pigeons during this period to prevent stress and injury. Psychological effects on pigeons. Molting can be stressful for pigeons. They might become more irritable and less social. Some pigeons may even show signs of discomfort, such as excessive preening or scratching. Preparing for the molting season. Pre-molt health checkup. Before molting begins, it's wise to ensure your pigeons are in optimal health. A visit to the vet can help detect any underlying health issues that might complicate the molting process. Importance of a vet visit. A thorough health check can identify problems like parasites or nutritional deficiencies that could hinder feather growth. Addressing these issues beforehand will make the molting process smoother. Assessing the pigeon's overall health. Check your pigeons for any signs of illness, weight loss, or unusual behavior. Ensuring they are healthy before molting begins will set the stage for a successful feather replacement. Creating an optimal environment. Housing conditions? During molting, pigeons require a calm and stress-free environment. Ensure their loft is clean, dry, and well ventilated, with plenty of space to move around without feeling crowded. Managing stress during molting. Stress can exacerbate the challenges of molting. Keep the loft quiet and minimize disturbances. Social dynamics should also be monitored, as pigeons might be more prone to aggression during this time. Importance of lighting and temperature. Natural light helps regulate the molting cycle. Ensure your pigeons receive sufficient daylight but also provide them with a dim and calm environment at night to aid in their rest. Temperature control is equally important, as extreme temperatures can stress the birds. Nutritional needs during molting. Essential vitamins and minerals. During molting, the nutritional demands of pigeons increase. Vitamins like A, D, and E, along with minerals like calcium and phosphorus, play a crucial role in feather development. Recommended diet for molting pigeons. Feed your pigeons a diet rich in seeds, grains, and greens. Supplements like grit and cuttlefish bone provide necessary calcium. Special molting mixes, which include a higher protein content, can also be beneficial. Importance of protein for feather growth. Feathers are composed primarily of keratin, a protein. Therefore, during molting, increasing the protein intake in your pigeon's diet is essential. Foods like peas, beans, and protein-rich pellets can help. Hydration and its role in molting. Adequate hydration is crucial during molting. Water supports metabolic processes, including the production of new feathers. Ensure your pigeons always have access to clean, fresh water. Managing molting and racing pigeons. Daily care routine. Monitoring feather loss and growth. Keep a close eye on the feather loss pattern and the growth of new feathers. Healthy feathers should be sleek and smooth, with no signs of damage or irregularities. Bathing pigeons during molting. Regular baths can help relieve irritation and clean the skin, promoting healthy feather growth. Add a few drops of apple cider vinegar or bath salts to the water to enhance feather conditioning. Exercise and rest balance. Although exercise should be limited, some gentle flying or loft activities can help keep your pigeons in shape. However, prioritize rest, as molting is energy-consuming. Health issues related to molting. Recognizing common molting problems. Issues like slow feather growth, bald spots, or discolored feathers could indicate nutritional deficiencies or health problems. It's essential to address these issues early. Parasites and skin infections. Molting makes pigeons more susceptible to parasites like mites and lice. Regular checks and preventative treatments are essential to avoid infestations that could harm your birds. When to consult a veterinarian. If your pigeons are experiencing severe feather loss, slow regrowth, or signs of illness, consult a vet. Early intervention can prevent more severe health complications. Post-molt care. Gradual return to training. Once the molting process is complete, gradually reintroduce your pigeons to their training routine. Start with light exercises before progressing to more intense sessions. Evaluating pigeons' readiness for racing. Assess your pigeon's physical condition and mental readiness before resuming racing. Only re-enter birds into competition when they have fully recovered and are displaying strong flight capabilities. Importance of post-molt nutrition. After molting, your pigeons will need a nutrient-dense diet to regain their strength and prepare for the racing season. Focus on a balanced mix of grains, seeds, and protein-rich foods. Common myths and misconceptions about molting. Myths surrounding molting and racing. Do pigeons need special supplements? While some supplements can aid the molting process, over-reliance on them is unnecessary if the pigeon's diet is already balanced. Always prioritize natural sources of nutrients. Is molting always a sign of poor health? Molting is a natural and healthy process. However, abnormal molting patterns, such as out-of-season molting, can indicate underlying health issues. Misconceptions about feather quality. Feather quality versus racing performance. High-quality feathers are crucial for racing performance, but other factors like fitness, training, and experience also play significant roles. The role of genetics in feather health. Genetics play a significant role in feather quality. Breeding pigeons with strong feather genetics can result in better offspring with superior racing capabilities. Enhancing feather quality during molting. Supplementing with natural oils. Benefits of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Oils rich in omega fatty acids can promote healthier feathers. Linseed oil and cod liver oil are excellent sources that can be added to your pigeon's diet. Using linseed and cod liver oil. Adding these oils to your pigeons, feed once or twice a week, can enhance feather sheen and strength, contributing to overall better health. Feather conditioning techniques. Brushing and preening assistance. Help your pigeons maintain their feathers by brushing or lightly preening areas they struggle to reach. This reduces discomfort and ensures smooth feather growth. Using feather conditioners? Feather conditioners, available in pigeon supply stores, can be applied during baths to keep the feathers supple and soft, reducing breakage. The role of molting and racing pigeon success. How molting affects racing strategy. Timing races around the molting cycle. Strategically timing your racing schedule to avoid overlapping with the molting period ensures your pigeons compete in top condition, minimizing the risk of poor performance. Adjusting training regimens during molting. During molting, reduce training intensity and focus more on rest and recovery. Light exercise can maintain fitness without causing undue stress. Long-term benefits of proper molting care. Improved performance after molting. well cared for pigeons emerge from molting stronger and faster. Their new feathers provide better aerodynamics, improving their overall racing performance, enhancing longevity and overall health. Proper molting care not only boosts immediate performance, but also extends the pigeon's racing career by maintaining its overall health. Conclusion. In summary, molting is a challenging yet essential phase for racing pigeons. Providing them with optimal care, nutrition, and a stress-free environment during this time ensures they remain in peak condition, ready to dominate the next racing season. By understanding the molting process and addressing your pigeon's needs, you'll set them up for long-term success. FAQs? How long does molting last in racing pigeons? Molting typically lasts between 8 to 12 weeks, depending on the pigeon's health and environmental factors. Can racing pigeons race while molting? It's advisable not to race pigeons during molting as their feathers are in transition, which can significantly impair their flight performance. What should I feed my racing pigeon during molting? A high-protein diet, supplemented with vitamins and minerals, is essential. Include seeds, grains, and protein-rich foods like peas and beans. How can I help my pigeon grow healthy feathers? Provide a balanced diet, regular baths, and a stress-free environment. Supplements like omega oils and calcium also support feather health. Is molting stressful for racing pigeons? Yes, molting can be stressful due to the energy demands and changes in the bird's body. Proper care and reduced training can help alleviate this stress. The molting maze, navigating the challenges of racing pigeons during molting. As a pigeon fancier, you're no stranger to the ups and downs of racing pigeon ownership. From the thrill of watching your birds soar to the frustration of dealing with injuries and illnesses, every season brings its own unique challenges. One of the most significant hurdles many pigeon enthusiasts face is the molt, a natural process that can wreak havoc on your team's performance. In this blog, we'll delve into the world of racing pigeons during molting, exploring the causes, symptoms, and strategies for minimizing the impact of this critical period. What is molting? Before we dive into the specifics, let's start with the basics. Molting is the process by which pigeons shed and replace their feathers. This natural process occurs twice a year, once in the spring and again in the fall, and is essential for maintaining the health and integrity of their plumage. During molting, pigeons will stop preening and grooming themselves, allowing their old feathers to fall out and new ones to grow in. The challenges of molting? While molting is a necessary process, it can be a significant challenge for racing pigeons. Here are just a few reasons why. Loss of condition. As pigeons stop eating and drinking during molting, they can quickly lose condition and weight. This can make them more susceptible to illness and injury, and can also impact their performance on the racecourse. Reduced flight performance. Molting pigeons often have a reduced ability to fly, which can make it difficult to train and compete. This can be especially problematic for young birds, which may not have developed the necessary strength and endurance. Increased risk of injury. As pigeons lose their feathers, they can become more vulnerable to injury. This is particularly true for birds that are still in the process of growing in their new feathers, which can be brittle and prone to breakage. Disruption of training and racing schedules. Molting can disrupt your training and racing schedule, as pigeons may not be able to fly or perform at their best. This can be frustrating and challenging, especially if you have a busy racing calendar. Symptoms of molting. So, how can you tell if your pigeons are molting? Here are some common symptoms to look out for. Feather loss. The most obvious sign of molting is feather loss. Pigeons will start to lose their feathers, which can be a gradual process or sudden, depending on the individual bird. Reduced appetite. As pigeons stop eating and drinking during molting, they may lose their appetite or become picky about their food. Changes in behavior. Molting pigeons may become more lethargic or withdrawn, and may stop interacting with their flockmates. Changes in plumage. As new feathers grow in, pigeons may develop a patchy or uneven appearance. Strategies for minimizing the impact of molting. While molting is a natural process, there are several strategies you can use to minimize its impact on your racing pigeons. Provide a balanced diet. Make sure your pigeons are receiving a balanced diet that includes plenty of protein, vitamins, and minerals. This will help support their overall health and well-being during the molting process. Maintain a clean and hygienic environment. Keep your loft clean and free of disease, as molting pigeons are more susceptible to illness. Reduce stress. Minimize stress by providing a calm and peaceful environment, and avoiding sudden changes or disruptions to your pigeon's routine. Monitor your pigeon's condition. Keep a close eye on your pigeon's condition, and make adjustments to their diet and care as needed. Provide adequate rest and recovery time. Allow your pigeons to rest and recover during the molting process, rather than pushing them too hard or expecting them to perform at their best. Consider supplementing with vitamins and minerals. Certain vitamins and minerals, such as calcium and vitamin D, can help support feather growth and overall health during the molting process. Keep your pigeon's loft well ventilated. Good ventilation is essential for maintaining a healthy environment, and can help reduce the risk of disease during the molting process. Tips for racing pigeons during molting. While molting can be a challenging time for racing pigeons, there are several tips you can use to minimize its impact on your team's performance. Reduce the frequency of training flights. During the molting process, reduce the frequency of your training flights to avoid putting too much stress on your pigeons. Focus on shorter flights. Instead of pushing your pigeons to fly long distances, focus on shorter flights that allow them to conserve energy and maintain their condition. Use visual aids to guide your pigeons. Visual aids, such as balloons or flags, can help guide your pigeons back to the loft, reducing the need for long flights and minimizing stress. Consider using a molting loft. If you have a large team of pigeons, consider setting up a separate molting loft where they can rest and recover during the molting process. Keep your pigeons' loft well lit. Good lighting can help stimulate your pigeons' appetite and encourage them to eat and drink during the molting process. Conclusion: molting is a natural process that can have a significant impact on your racing pigeons. By understanding the causes, symptoms, and strategies for minimizing its impact, you can help your team stay healthy and perform at their best, even during this critical period. Remember to provide a balanced diet, maintain a clean and hygienic environment, reduce stress, and monitor your pigeons' condition to ensure they receive the care they need during the molting process. With patience, attention to detail, and a little creativity, you can help your pigeons thrive, even during the challenges of molting. The mysterious world of molting and racing pigeons. Why do they molt? As a pigeon fancier, you're no stranger to the fascinating world of racing pigeons. From the thrill of watching your birds soar to the frustration of dealing with injuries and illnesses, every season brings its own unique challenges. One of the most intriguing and complex aspects of pigeon care is the process of molting. But why do racing pigeons molt? In this article, we'll delve into the world of molting, exploring the reasons behind this natural process and what it means for your beloved birds. What is molting? Before we dive into the whys and wherefores of molting, let's start with the basics. Molting is the process by which pigeons shed and replace their feathers. This natural process occurs twice a year, once in the spring and again in the fall, and is essential for maintaining the health and integrity of their plumage. Why do racing pigeons molt? So, why do racing pigeons molt? The answer lies in the intricate balance of their physiology and the demands of their environment. Here are some of the key reasons why racing pigeons molt. Feather replacement. As pigeons grow and mature, their feathers wear out and become damaged. Molting allows them to replace these worn-out feathers with new, healthy ones, ensuring they remain protected and aerodynamic. Thermoregulation. Pigeons need to maintain a precise body temperature to regulate their metabolism and energy production. Molting helps them achieve this by replacing old, insulating feathers with new ones that provide better insulation. Waterproofing. Pigeons are exposed to the elements, and their feathers play a crucial role in keeping them dry and warm. Molting ensures they have a fresh, waterproof coat to protect them from the rain, wind, and cold. Pest control. Molting helps pigeons rid themselves of external parasites, such as mites and lice, which can feed on their feathers and cause discomfort. Energy conservation. During molting, pigeons conserve energy by reducing their activity levels and relying on stored fat reserves. This helps them survive during periods of food scarcity or harsh weather conditions. Hormonal regulation. Molting is triggered by hormonal changes, which help regulate the pigeon's reproductive cycle and ensure they're ready to breed and raise young. Evolutionary adaptation. Molting is an evolutionary adaptation that allows pigeons to adapt to changing environmental conditions, such as temperature fluctuations, humidity, and food availability. The molting process? The molting process is a complex and intricate process that involves several stages. Pre-molting. Pigeons begin to prepare for molting by slowing down their activity levels, reducing their food intake, and storing fat reserves. Molting. Pigeons start shedding their old feathers, which can take several weeks to complete. Post-molting. Pigeons begin to grow new feathers, which can take several months to complete. Managing molting and racing pigeons. As a pigeon fancier, it's essential to understand and manage the molting process to ensure your birds remain healthy and perform at their best. Here are some tips for managing molting and racing pigeons. Provide a balanced diet. Ensure your pigeons receive a balanced diet that meets their nutritional needs during molting. Maintain a clean and hygienic environment. Keep the loft clean and free of disease, as molting pigeons are more susceptible to illness. Reduce stress. Minimize stress by providing a calm and peaceful environment, and avoiding sudden changes or disruptions to your pigeon's routine. Monitor your pigeon's condition. Keep a close eye on your pigeon's condition, and make adjustments to their diet and care as needed. Consider supplementing with vitamins and minerals. Certain vitamins and minerals, such as calcium and vitamin D, can help support feather growth and overall health during the molting process. Conclusion. Molting is a natural and essential process for racing pigeons, allowing them to replace worn-out feathers, regulate their body temperature, and conserve energy. By understanding the reasons behind molting and managing the process effectively, you can help your pigeons thrive and perform at their best. Remember to provide a balanced diet, maintain a clean and hygienic environment, reduce stress, and monitor your pigeon's condition to ensure they receive the care they need during this critical period. With patience, attention to detail, and a little creativity, you can help your pigeons soar to new heights, even during the challenges of molting. Get my main racing system, just email me direct. I'm an experienced ex-pigeon racer from England, and I can offer valuable insights and guidance on all aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to racing. During my racing days, I managed a small team of no more than 70 pigeons, including stock, young birds, and old birds. It was not uncommon for me to send as few as 6 birds to a race and still secure the top 3 positions out of up to 2,500 pigeons in my club and federation. My race distances typically ranged up to 300 miles, and I consistently achieved top 5 placements in my club. My expertise extends to the art of selecting excellent breeders, including evaluating pigeons based on their eye sign characteristics. I firmly believe that true champions can only be bred from top quality stock, and I can guide you in identifying and acquiring such pigeons. I understand that many pigeons for sale are advertised based on their lineage or pedigree, but I emphasize the importance of assessing the bird itself rather than relying solely on paperwork. As part of my offer, I invite you to share photos of your pigeons, including their eye sign and wing characteristics. I'll provide you with free advice on racing and breeding based on my extensive experience and knowledge. Additionally, I will share auction links to high-quality breeding birds that have the potential to produce winners in your loft. Here's what you can expect to receive from me. A comprehensive Word document containing valuable insights and strategies for successful pigeon racing, including specific racing methods for both old and young birds, as well as general advice. Private YouTube videos sent to your email, covering various aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to race preparation. Detailed recommendations on supplements and additives to add to your pigeon's drinking water, with scientific evidence supporting their effectiveness. Similar products are used by professional athletes and racehorses to enhance performance. Assurance that your pigeons will race home faster, provided that you have quality birds to begin with.